You motherfucker. Alright, there we go. This is the character from May. Dude, I like the whole fight. I'm just surprised they went with like a 19-minute encounter. Trust me, when you're in an encounter like that, it doesn't feel like 19 minutes until you look at the clock. Alright, so this is where we wrapped up the tour before going to do Dynamis Zarkabard. So next we're gonna hit up some COP areas. So we are going to actually I should have used the teleporter there probably. Yeah, let me use the teleporter. That's right here. Teleportation assist. Yeah, this isn't the character. This isn't the character from Count Up. This is the one from the 15th anniversary for the PS2 edition for May we did earlier in the year. Oops, wrong one. It's this one. Alright, so, the first places we're gonna look, the ever so obvious Promyvions. Concha Highlands, on my way. Count Up was a different character. I have that character from Count Up somewhere. I don't know where, though. But all that matters is Bill. There you go. Yeah, we still need to head to Jita and Sky. We'll head to that in a little bit. Keep in mind it took us like 4 or 5 hours even to just get to Delkfoot Tower. So the tour is a very, 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 very long one. It's a very, very, very long tour. What's going on, Deadman? How you doing? Good evening, Taleu. How are you doing? Get some sub-hype in the chat for Deadman Walking. For the 19th month in a row. Thank you, and of course... Alright, how you doing? So, Chains of Promethea. We haven't finished exploring all the Xylartian areas, mind you. However, Rambunctious Rex? What the fuck is that? That's some, like, event item? What the fuck is that? Rambunctious Rex? Hold on. What the fuck is that? Did they rename you? Are you a level 99? Who the fuck is Rambunctious Rex? Is this the level 99 version of it or something? Who the fuck are you? Did they rename you? Don't tell me they renamed you. I don't even remember who my healers were. Sounds like Fold's cousin. Yeah, I know, right? Did they rename this motherfucker? His name was not always Rambunctious Rex. Oh, great. All of our HP is lowered. Immediately. This is... How new are we talking here? Because he just starts with great... Oh, he actually has a lot of health, yeah. He only hits for 18 damage, mind you. So... Okay, yeah, it was definitely after wings, I'll tell you that much. Why the fuck did they add another ram? No, this one's like level 80 to 80 something. This is like an 80 to 85 one. Whatever this guy is, he's probably closer to 80 to 85. They just stopped making new story quests is what they stopped doing. How hard does he hit me? Like, that was a pretty heavy hitting Fudo. Oh shit, I just interrupted Shantoto over there. Sorry, Shantoto. Oh no, Petra Breath, whatever will I do? Oh shit, he might kill me. Kill me! He like crit me really hard right there. Okay, they took aggro back. That immediate great bleat, what an asshole. Oh, that's because of his rage. Any day now. Alright, well, they'll have fun with Great Bleat while I watch. Have fun, guys. Nice stun, by the way, Zayd. Don't worry, this looks like a fun fight. They're having a good time. Without me. It's alright, Shantoto will take care of the rest of this. Good stuns. Good stuns. He's got a lot of health. I think he's got over 100,000 health. I'm gonna be petrified here for a while, guys. I'm gonna be petrified here for a while. Oh no, I'm not petrified anymore. Hey, that's a lot of chicken knives. So you just clearly meant to be beating a party, by the way, a party of 6, because he dropped 6 chicken knives. Chicken knife 2. I do not meet the requirement for these other chicken knives. Hey, look, you look like Shantoto. Alright, well, that was Rambunctious Rex. He's new. He's having a good time. Hi. Hi. That was new. And that, to be fair, there is a notorious monster in this area that is from the old days. That's not that one. That's a Tremor Ram. It's a lock style item. Chicken knives. Chicken knives. Well, we got what's called a lock style item. Let's go to Promyvion now then. Well, Rampaging Ram, Steel Fleece, Baldrich were the 2 OGs. I'm sorry, this is the wrong place. This is the actual telepoint. You need to talk to that telepoint in order to unlock teleporting to the area. Not how you get into Promyvion. This is how you walk into Promyvion. There's basically 3 telepoints at each crag. One of them is the telepoint that you actually can teleport to, and you need to talk to it once. It can also drain energy out of crystals for a certain quest. You have this one, which leads into Promyvion, can also be used if you've done the side quest for it, a shortcut up into one of the areas from the Rise of the Xylard expansion. And then the third one leads you to Altair, which is basically an endgame zone from the second expansion. By the way, this character has not done the quest to take the shortcut up the sky, so we will not be using those. Those teleporters over there are how you eventually do it. So, in the Chains of Promethean expansion, they didn't release any new jobs. They just did a storyline with a bunch of new areas, similar to Xylart. That being said, Xylart did have a handful of new jobs that were added. Funny little tidbit about Xylart. if you bought the North American version of Xylart, which came with basically your US purchase of the game, it told you that there were jobs, advanced jobs, and Xylart jobs. No, I have Sky Access. I don't have the shortcut, is what I don't have. This character has... I soloed Divine Might on this character. So, the shortcut in the Promyvions I don't have, because you have to do a side quest for that one. Ugh! So, the original booklet told you that there were only 3 jobs for Rise of the Xylart. Truth be told, Rise of the Xylart added 4 jobs, because I believe it tells you that it added Ninja, Samurai, and Dragoon. I think those are the jobs that the Xylart book tells you it added, but Summoner was also a Xylartian edition, and an exclusively Xylartian edition. But the book just calls it an advanced job and completely bypasses bothering to say that it's a Xylart exclusive job. Mostly because it didn't fucking matter because you were buying the game and it came with Xylart anyway. So... But these areas right here are from Chains of Promethea, which was the 2nd expansion. And COP focused, instead of adding any new jobs, it didn't add any, it just focused on new zones of varying level caps. Now, when this zone first came out, it had a level cap of 30. And the exclusive purpose, outside of a few items you could get, was to climb all the way to the top and defeat a boss. There were other bosses you could defeat at the top. There were bosses in certain other areas that could be used for unlocking other things later. But most people just did their best to completely avoid aggro of all of these things. And then go and find these things called memory receptacles. When you kill a memory receptacle, it takes you to the next floor. And then as you get to the higher floors, you start running into fake receptacles as well. Ones that basically won't take you to the next floor, but you'll have to kill them before you know whether or not they qualify. Also, all these strays that just keep spawning over and over and over again. So once you kill a memory receptacle, on the first floor, it's always guaranteed. You're gonna, after a while, that's gonna appear. You'll enter, it'll take you to the 2nd floor, whatever. From this point on, you may kill one and it may not give you the teleporter. So you need to go around and kill them all until you find the one that does have it. Sometimes you get lucky, you get it on the first try, sometimes you don't. But the first floor is consistent. You just kill that one, you'll get there every time. No, none of the areas are level capped anymore. No areas are level capped. In fact, almost all, I think all of the story-related missions aren't level capped either. I think there are still some things that are level capped. I think BCNMs and ENMs and stuff like that are still level capped, if a level cap was applicable at the time. If not, they aren't. No, not really like Palace of the Dead. It's just 3 or 4 floors, and then you get to the top, and you're done. After you get to the top, you have to spawn, you go into a separate instance, and then you can fight the boss. There's also side quests you could do called ENMs. Everyone called them empty notorious monsters, even though it wasn't just the emptiness that they applied to. And those can also be fought at the top, and those have separate rewards than beating the story itself. You needed to defeat 3 of these Promyvions before you could make it to the next part of the story. And that would unlock the next area we're going to go to, which is the Lufay's Meadows. Also, you have to come back here for a later storyline quest, which is this thing you're seeing glow right here. They did also add level 80 plus enemies, so you do have to be a little careful. Not as a level 99 really, but if you see enemies with special names like, you know, like, I don't know, something like Wanderer is the name of a normal enemy. If it has anything plus Wanderer, it's a level 80 plus enemy. So we killed that memory receptacle. We may go to the next floor, we may not. And the verdict is... looks like nope. That was a fake. So, what do? We go look for the next one. I definitely could use a little bit more G Fuel / water. Something to wet my whistle from all the stalking. Idle. That's the name. Idle Wanderers and all that shit. I mean, you could just check this. I can also track the memory receptacle. which I can already see him from over here. Yep. Here's the other one. Nope. Nope. Oxuff. Nope, Oxuff. Which is not how you say. Not everyone. Idols aren't only on the last floor. They're definitely on the last floor, but they're not exclusive to the last floor. I know for a fact that Promyvion Dem, they are right on the first floor. Like they're one. You might even, if you take a right instead of a left, you'll probably see them first before everything. No, you can't fall down. This has to be the correct one because the other one wasn't. Either that or I'm getting boned big time here. Either that or I wasn't patient enough. Either that, actually, there could be a third receptacle as well. Yeah, aqueduct missions weren't great. I prefer the aqueduct over the Sacrarium, though. Ah, there is another memory receptacle. There. A third one. So we had to go through 3 I am warp ringing my way out of here. And if you've seen one Promyvion, by the way, you've seen all of them. So we're not going to tour the other 2. I'm sure it has details on their website, Dragon. Alright. And this has to be the correct one. Sooner or later. Either that or this game hates me. I've never gone 0 for 3 before. Nope, we're 0 for 3, boys. Unless there's another one. Oh, there's all the idols. That's actually up on the next floor, though. Because those are to the north of me. Feels bad, man. I mean, we can only tour so much, so we're doing what we can to get through. These tours take a long time. Ah, fuck it. You've seen the whole... as far as I'm concerned, you've seen all of Promyvion. The higher tier floors don't change at all, other than the layouts. They all pretty much look exactly like this. Or they just look like a fucking empty area with a bunch of enemies in it. You can also go down a floor if you want, but... meh. So because I skipped Sanctuary of Jita, I think we'll head there next. We saw the Roumeave champagne, so I'm thinking we'll take a warp ring back to town. And then take the... we'll go to Boyata Tree first. We'll take the outpost to the Sanctuary. You want to know the funniest thing about Play Online? It would be more expensive for them to, like, separate it from Play Online than it would be worth. It would not be great for them. Sorry, this is Adolin music. This is the most recent expansion. We're not considering Rhapsodies an expansion. It wasn't paid. Rhapsodies was just part of the game. Gotta admit, Adolin's got some pretty upbeat music. Hi, Aloha. What's up? Tetra Master sucks. I can't believe they went with, of all of the 2 card games they could have picked, they went with the far inferior one. We've seen all the base cities regions, Juno, Kufim, Delkfoot. We've missed the Beastman strongholds, all 6 of them. And we've only touched 1 COP area. And then we did Zarkabard. Oh. Oh, that's right, I haven't done... Oh, that's right, I have the books. The books is how I was getting around last time. Oh, book! Book! Outpost warps. Alright, so the area we're going to next is the Sanctuary of Zi'tah. Shalitalor. Aloha, you understand the next time I get up, I'm going to get myself water and not you food. You're waiting till 2 o'clock. Alright, we're not going to mount up here. We'll walk to the Boyata tree. This is the Sanctuary of Jita. This area connects you to Roumeave, which connects you to an area known as Sky. It was basically the endgame zone for Rise of Xylart, the first expansion. And this area and all the areas around it are pretty popular for having a lot of useful monsters. The Keeper of Haladom is one big one that comes to mind for just this zone alone. The Samurai Quest comes to mind. On top of that, this was an even more popular space for farming tree cuttings. Roumeave had the yin-yang belt notorious monster. It also had a popular leveling area called Moon, which was basically a gate that you could only pass either during a certain moon phase or with a specific key item. The area we're going to next, the Boyata tree, is an area that leads to the Dragon's Eyrie, which is where Fafnir and Nidhogg are. Fafnir spawned once a day, and once every 3 to 8 days, Nidhogg would replace them. Now they are currently force spawns, meaning you just trade an item to a question mark, question mark, question mark, and you can fight them. On the way up, you also have... basically, the entirety of the Boyata tree was a giant leveling area. A lot of people did a certain quest there. I think the Warp 2... No, not the Warp 2. There's a different quest there. Also, the Boyata tree is where Ramu is. He's in the Cloister of Lightning. Cloister of Thunder, one of the two. And so we just walk through. Aquarius for the Francesca axe was pretty popular. We're going the wrong way, by the way. Yeah, so one thing they took out is when you reach a zone with a monster now, the enemy despawns. That's only true for non-notorious monsters. Storms, there you go. For notorious monsters, they still walk back to their spawn. So Aquarius could sometimes cause issues for people. It's going good, big baby. How you doing? Just a little parched. Well, the odds of Keeper being up aren't super high, because that would imply people are actually killing the other enemies in the area. But it could be. One quick way to find out. Not close enough. Have to get a little closer. Have to get a little bit closer. Goo-Boo Gardener. Here's all the gardeners. Yeah, I don't see. Nice butts, Goo-Boos. Nice butts. They got nice butts, guys. You got a nice booty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does spawn a little bit farther north. He's in, is that hidden area called? I don't remember. Whoop! That Goo-Boo's got a nice booty. There we go. This is where I wanted. Luckily, when we make our way up the Boyata tree, I can easily dip the fuck out of there with the handy use of a home point. Yeah, the people's request to hear the music here is the only reason I'm not mounting up. Although the music just ended and it's about to repeat. See? Called it. I mean, it's very Sanctuary-esque music. Yeah, we'll go with that. Sanctuary-esque. Thank you for the follow, by the way. How you doing? Aloha. You doing alright? Yeah, you doing alright. He's just chilling, waiting. Waiting for every time I make a movement, he's like, now. Feed? Alright, and now we are in the Boyata tree. I gave you a brief rundown of the area before. Starts off very claustrophobic, very sealed in. Eventually you get to more wide open areas with lots of water and other enemies. Opens up a little bit there. Yeah, I still have to go to Lufay's and Misericaux. I wanted to go through Roumeave and go to Sky first. Just give a quick overview. You don't need to see much of those zones because a lot of zones in Final Fantasy XI, if you've seen like 1/8 of the zone, you've seen the whole fucking zone. And anyone who's played this game before knows that that is the fucking truth. I don't know why I dropped off there when it would have been so much faster for me to stick to the hidden areas. Yeah, that would require a pop item platinum. That's not happening. Depends on what you're looking for, Laggy. I'm keeping my eyes on Pantheon. I actually have a business card for someone from Bless here, and I need to email them. I haven't emailed them because of the move. I'm still waiting to see Ashes of Creation evolve a little bit more, too. It wasn't that good when I got to play it. It was alright. You could tell it was still an early working thing, and that there were still changes to be made. I called arrow burns money burns. Because buying all your arrows, good times. Wonderful. Wonderful. It's the reason why I didn't want to fucking play Archer. That's why I didn't plan to play Ninja either. What's up? Hi, Aloha. Don't be afraid, Aloha. That's just a central layer that we now own and you can live comfortably with. Yeah, this is where our boy Aquarius used to be real popular. Hey, look, there he is. Kill his ass. Hello? Aquarius. Oh yeah, all these robber crabs still aggro me, by the way. Bow. Hey, what's going on, Coded? How you doing? Yes, Aloha? Aquarius. It's robber crabs, though. Please, crabs. I just wanted one of you, not all of you. This is not gonna end well for you, Aquarius. Like I said, not gonna end well for you, Aquarius. Yay, thanks for the 18,000 gil, boy! Too bad I have to fucking kill all these guys. Plums! Plums, Aloha! Plums! He's looking at me weird. Alright, after this I'm sneaking my way through. I don't wish to relive too many memories of these fucking crabs. That's enough memories of these crabs for me. That's it. That's all I needed. Oh look, a coffer key! Let's not do that. Let's not do that. To think that being level 99, these robber crabs still fucking aggro you. Ugh. Wonderful. Wonderful. Hey, one of the coffer spawns can happen right here. And then you'd throw them out thinking they were so easy to get, and then you'd have them and you wouldn't be able to find them. It's a disaster. We got old goobos scratching their butts. Well, they should have done it less like a bitch. That's what I gotta say, Coded. And this is Boyata tree. Scratching that booty. Yeah, these goobos scratching that booty. Probably there is a rabbit notorious monster. Yeah, Unut. No, Unut is oh yeah, no. I passed Unut. I usually kill him when I pass through here. Not in the mood to kill a nut. I already killed Aquarius. That's one too many. We'll see, freaks. We'll see. That's about all I can say at this point. It'd be nice of Square Enix to acknowledge it at some point. Alright, so this is considered this is not the top of the Boyata tree, this is considered the top of the Boyata tree. Basically, the only other places you went, you can go down here and there's some level, like, close to level 99 enemies down here. There's also the Path to the Dragon's Eyrie, and there's a Marlboro NM down there. It's not usually alive, but it can be popular. I mean, when it comes out, yeah, freaks. But if we go down there, we're going to be here for a while. We're already kind of behind on this tour, so we're going to head over to the Cloister of Storms, which is over this way. And that's where you can fight Roumeave. I don't have the tuning fork to fight Roumeave, but it's the area and there's a home point there, so I can use it to get out of here. And then we can go to Tabnazia, check out Roumeave, and... Oh, no. We'll use it to go back to Bastok. And then teleport back to the Sanctuary of Jita, and then go through Roumeave and go in the sky. And then from there, we can go to Roumeave Meadows. We also still have Kazam. We might want to go there next. Maybe do an authentic airship trip there. We did an authentic boat ride. There's still the authentic airship ride. Well, there's nothing there. It's literally it's a question mark, and a bunch of darters. That's all there is to it. And it looks exactly like the tree itself. So there's not much to talk about in there. Except that the room with Fafnir is very, 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 very small. Oh yeah, isn't there a home point in No, there's a home point in Ruan Gardens. Not in... Okay, yeah. It's like, is there one in Roumeave? It's like, I don't think there is one in Roumeave. That would be in the Litalor region. Yeah, no. Okay. So back to Bastok. Go to the mines. The mines of Moria. I do need to go get something to drink, though, real quick, so I will BRB. sorry. Clicked out of the window. Hey, what's going on, T-Man? How you doing, dude? Alright, so now we're going to use the book. We're going to go through Sanctuary of Zi'tah and go to Roumeave, since I'm sure people still want to hear the Sanctuary of Zi'tah. Technically, we've already seen it, but I'll go through Sanctuary of Zi'tah. Because I could go directly to Roumeave. Why do I keep going to you? Not Outpost Warp. Book Warp. It goes to the same place. Nice, T-Man. No, they do not, Go-Go. Yes, aloha. Alright, we'll go back through the sanctuary and we will walk our ass there. Hi. Meow. He escaped. Alright, so we're gonna walk our ass up there. Wings of the Goddess, don't you mean Rhapsodies? Slay? That's Rhapsodies. Yeah, maybe between like 2002 and 2004, but I've left this character unattended for... I've left my account super unattended for a really long period of time, never had an issue. Oh, Doppelganger? Any field area, T-Man. Any field area, wait 5 minutes without fighting anything. Or go to a field area with the third word, Moonlight. Yeah, you're gonna have every job on one character, but you can't change out in the field. You have to go to your Mog House or to a Nomad Moogle to change. Oh, whoops, wrong way. Gonna go this way. The stories are one of the remaining factors that you can kind of approach in this game with some degree of certainty you'll finish them. Seekers of Adulin gets really fucking annoying with the way its story is gated. That might be the one thing you lose interest in, especially if you're trying to finish Rhapsodies, but other than that, I mean, if you want to relive the stories, it's not a bad reason to play again. It takes a lot of commitment to get to endgame again, especially if you want to play something like a samurai or whatnot. So, unless you're willing to put forth an incredible time commitment for that, that's something you could do within reason. What's going on, Waka? How you doing? Yeah, but it was quicker to just reach for the other one. The time it takes for me to stop at the Cloister of Storms, warp to the outpost, is less than it would take to walk up to the Eyrie, walk out, and then cover the distance back to the outpost. Yep. That is accurate, Guardian. On top of that, the whole job point thing. There is a pretty efficient guide at getting caught up to shit. Oh. That's not gonna happen though, Waka. They'll shut it down the day they do that. There's nothing in the area. There's absolutely nothing in there. Unless someone's in there fighting Fafnir right now, there ain't nothing in there. It's like the Behemoth Dominion. Behemoth Dominion looks exactly like Kufim Island. There's no difference design or style-wise. And it's the same with the Airy. It looks exactly the same as the rest of the Boyata tree, except that it has one room that has flies in it. And a question mark on the ground. And it's more than 2 minutes. Trust me, I've been running around all this time. That probably would have taken an extra 8 to 10 minutes to do. And I can tell you right now, we were not listening to the jita music again if I went through the Airy. We were using Bill. With this, I can at least give people at least the last second satisfaction before we zone into Roumeave. I already established back when we did the Behemoth's Dominion that if an area looks exactly the same and there's nothing notable to talk about that actually requires going there, probably skipping it. Which is why we're only going to take a brief look at Sky, because we're not going to run a full fucking circle around Sky. Alright, and then this area is Roumeave. Now, this area initially, there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's not nighttime, unfortunately. Or this path isn't available right now, unfortunately. But this area is a leveling area. It was an area most people just kind of passed through. As you can see, it's mostly just a few hallways. Ultimately, people used it to go to the Hall of the Gods. That moon area I was talking about, you see those 4 areas along the outside? Those are behind gates that can only be accessed with either a certain key item or by waiting for a certain hour in-game. That was really where the leveling areas were. They weren't great, to be honest, but when they were relevant, they were really all we fucking had if you weren't going all the way into Sky itself. So those between 70 and, like, 74 were a little bit more popular. The big thing here was the yin-yang robe. Now, you've seen me using this occasionally throughout the entire day. This being the wide scan function. Basically, a wide scan function allows me to see enemies on the map, and then I can go to said area, and there will be said thing there. All right, pretty simple. Whatever, nothing crazy about that. Basically, the enemy we're talking about here for the yin-yang robe is invisible. He cannot be seen, and he will not naturally aggro you if you were to stand right on top of him. So the only way to locate him is to first use this thing to actually find him. Now, I can't see every enemy on the map, but I can see enough of them to see that at the very least, he ain't here right now. What that eventually means is that I would have to go to his location and either cast a magic spell next to him in order to aggro him, or fight another enemy right next to him in order to aggro him, and then kill him. And then he is also... he's not that tough. He's tough enough. He's not really that tough. And that was really the biggest thing about this place, was that invisible monster. He dropped an item called the Yin Yang Robe, which is a really, really good robe for summoners in particular. In fact, it was a summoner robe. There's nothing else to it. I don't know why I used that ability. The other thing you could do here, a couple other things. This sometimes, under certain conditions, becomes basically a shortcut bridge towards the end of the instance. So some people, you know, if you're trying to get across to the Hall of the Gods and it's the right time of day, it's pretty convenient. But, you know, far from anything mandatory or whatnot. It's whatever. Oh, yeah, that's right, the Doma weapon. I did see that. Yeah, and then there's a level 99 version of him right here, the Doma weapon. And he summons Katashiro weapons as well. This is for a level 99 version of the Yin Yang Robe, if I'm not mistaken. Which I probably am mistaken, so it doesn't really matter. You guys are having fun. Oh, you're remembering that one. I thought we were talking about the actual, not doppelganger. We were talking about the other thing. This person's having a good time with that. As you can see, it takes them a while. The Doma weapon, they just hit it for like 2,400. Barely lost any health. They'll be here a while. They'll be here a while. But yeah, the other one you would have to walk around in, so you'd end up with a bunch of people walking around looking for him, and most of the time you'd end up without much to really go on. Otherwise, most people just pass through. The other thing is there's an instance fight in the area we're going to, which is nicknamed Sky, which is actually called the Roumeave Gardens, as well as the other connecting zones to the Roumeave Gardens. Those are all considered part of Sky. There's a quest there called Divine Might, which puts you up against 5 of the bosses from the story for Xylart, the Archangels, at the same time. You get an earring from it, which is this earring I have right here. It's one of 5 earrings you can choose between. This is the earring that this character has chosen. Strength +2, Great Katana skill +5, Parry skill +5, whatever. And in order to get the item to actually go there, you need to trade certain items to the fountain that's right at the top of this. Beginning of Cataclysm. I had done a bunch of heroic prog at the beginning of Cataclysm, and I was just getting bored. You trade them to here at, I believe, a full moon. Or actually, I think it's just clear skies, more specifically. You had Illuminink and you had the Parchment. And you would trade those to the Quahouse Spring when it was filled. I believe it was a clear night. Was the condition needed? I don't remember if it was full moon on a clear night. Oh, it was full moon on a clear night. Fun times. And then you could fight them all 5 at once. And there is a level 99 version called, yeah, against it's Arc Divine Might, pretty much. Level 99 Divine Might. In other words, it was a pain in the ass. And if you failed, you needed another spawn item, which, well, enjoy waiting. Because those moon phases take a while. Current time is Dark's Day, 11:18. The moon phase is the waxing crescent. And it is 1:12 p.m. on Earth. Now, you can actually take a shortcut here. We mentioned it earlier. In the Promyvions, eventually you could unlock a side quest that could teleport you here from the Promyvions. We didn't want to do that. I didn't have it unlocked, but I wouldn't have done it anyway because Sanctuary of Jita. And then, this is Sky. Once you got far enough in the Rise of the Xylart expansion, you would eventually end up here. No, Maka. No. Even the forums that were popular, man, did I see some dumb shit on those forums. It's Killing Ifrit forums. Official forums, I don't know anyone who actually went to the official forums for 11. I actually didn't even know they existed until more recently. But, Killing Ifrit and Alakazam. Listen, they had forums. There's some silly shit on those forums, though. Dude, I got fucking malware from FFXIAH way back in the day. I don't fuck with that website no more, man. I mean, obviously, I got more antivirus shit now, or antivirus is better off now, but I got a fucking virus off that website back in the day. That shit sucked. Oh, there you go. That explains why I only found out about him a few years ago. Do people have a place to talk and meet? Vent Trello. That was it? Yes, you can, Shin. Yes, you can. Ventrilo. TeamSpeak. Whatever you preferred back in the day. Discord. LOL. Yeah. Let me hop on Discord in 2007. See you in fucking 10 years. Right, Aloha? Right. And then this is the Roumeave Gardens. It's basically this first little area you see. It's basically mimicked 5 times. As you can see, not much to really say about any of these. Like, what are you going to do, right? That's why we're not going to literally even do a loop. There's no point in doing the loop. But it is a very nice looking area. Full of mostly enemies that aggro. I guess there's a mix. There's a lot of magic aggro here, meaning if you cast a spell, they'll fucking come after you, dude. But the main purpose of this area was to kill notorious monsters, to get items, to kill stronger notorious monsters, to get more items, to kill the ultimate notorious monster, Kirin. On top of that Divine Might fight that I mentioned. Probably the simplest one to find is these ones right here. So you see all these dudes in these things. If you kill enough of them, eventually a notorious monster would spawn and you kill that. There's also ones that are at like the top floors of certain areas, because there are dungeons in here. Within Ruan Gardens, there's a couple of different dungeons that you can find. But like, see, you walk up to these guys, they aggro, and then if you're lucky, it'll spawn notorious monster, one of the notorious monsters you're looking for. There's also weapons that are back under where we entered, kind of. I remember the one being there, one of the spawn areas. And that's what you spent. You basically would go around and pop notorious monsters, or, you know, look for naturally spawning notorious monsters of different kinds. Then you would take their items and go spawn the 4 gods, Genbu, Byakko, Seiryu, and Suzaku, with Byakko being the only one I fucking cared about. And then with their items, with the seals from each of them, you would go and spawn Kirin. And yes, they did change Kirin's spawn. It's not random anymore. They did do that. Yes, this one spawns Despot. I have nightmares of this place, and I fucking hated this place growing up. This is retail. We do not support the use of private servers. And as such, I'm gonna time you out because I don't even want mention of them in the chat. Some of them still are. Very few, though, enigmatic. Very, very few. Yeah, and that's, I mean, that's pretty much Sky in a nutshell. I mean, there's this main gate you can go into that branches off a few different places. The Kirin room is down that way, or the Kirin teleporter is down that way. I don't remember. I remember where the blade is. I remember where Despot is. I remember where Faust is. I kind of remember where Mother Globe is. I remember where Ulukumi is. Yeah, actually, I remember quite a few of them. Faust is annoying in a different way in 11. So basically, he's one of those doll-looking things you just saw. Except that what he will do is he'll basically patrol, or he'll just look down hallways in a certain area. And when he looks down in those hallways, if he sees you, he'll fucking come after you. So basically, you had to get into those rooms without aggroing him by sight. And then you had to make sure to just not get seen by him. Because if he sees you, he doesn't just aggro you, he fucking bolts in your direction to make sure that he's gonna fucking find your ass. He's not fucking around. He's going fucking ham when he wants to find you. Yeah, I played on PS2 for years. One of the big things for getting around in this place, whether you were getting around in the Shrine of Roumeave or the... What's the other one? The one that begins with an L? Phenometroid, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. He will hashtag find your ass. One of the big things for getting around the insides of these areas are monoliths. They had 2 different colors. This is one of them. I'm colorblind, so I won't even say what it is. And then there's this one. Yeah. So basically, whichever one's active unlocks all the doors of the same color. As you can see, it unlocks this door. Yeah, it's like Velu something. Veluganon. There you go, Veluganon. And that's how you get through. You have to navigate through those doors, and then you can exit or enter through different parts. For Byakko, I want to say Byakko is up there in the top left area. Which, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's in the top left area. And you would have to go through the northeast. Yeah, so to get to Byakko, for example, which is one of the gods, you'd have to come in through that northeast exit and go out the northwest exit. Yeah, and then if somebody else is in the zone and they're flipping the switches while you're trying to go through and it completely fucks you. Yeah. Good times. Yeah, I remember someone mentioning you can get to Biako much easier now. But that was just a quick example. And the Velugon Palace isn't that much different. There's different enemies down there, and there's different notorious monsters you can fight, but they all are aesthetically very, very similar. Yes, there is, Shin. I have Bill. You will meet Bill very soon. So next we're going to head over into the Lufe's Meadows and the Misericaux Coast, as well as the Tabnazian Stronghold. Why did you let it happen to you? I know, right, Elodie? It's no surprise to me, personally. I can't use Bill here, but I can use Bill elsewhere. I wish I could use Bill here. Let me use Bill. Come on, I'm outdoors. It's bullshit. I may be several thousand feet in the air, but I'm outdoors. Bill can survive. Dude, I wish I could do 12 a day right now, Ludi. I said that to Layla, and he's like, I don't know. And I was like, no, dude, as long as I can stream it, I'm down. I was like dropping hints if you need a melee DPS effort. Too bad the Adventuring Fellow sucks compared to Trust. He's fucking garbage. I mean, he's the science crab. I mean something, right? I feel like... Where's the nearest teleport? Survival... Oh, it's back up there. Okay. Oh, that's right. I need to use the other points to get back up there, because you can't just teleport back this way. That's right. I'd rather just use the warp ring at this point. I still have it equipped, right? Yep. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take the the home point to Tabnazia. There you go. The adventuring fellow of this game is the Chocobo of Final Fantasy XIV. Abandoned, left behind, could have been something great. Tabnazia, I'm on my way. Sorry, this is the only way I can think to dance every time I hear Adolin music. Okay. So in the Tabnazian Stronghold here, after you had finished the 3 Promyvions, which we went through one of the Promyvions earlier, I believe we went through Promyvion Dem. Eventually you'd end up in the Lufe's Meadows or the Misericaux Coast, and you would have to come here. This was basically the hub for... I'll use the in quotes hub for the COP area. It's the equivalent of a new town for the COP area. It's kind of a shithole, so it didn't exactly catch on as a popular place to hang out. But there were some reasons people had to hang out here. There's a Dynamis zone here called Dynamis Tabnazia, which, by the way, is actually probably pretty popular right now. Considering you need to have a Dynamis Tabnazia clear to do Dynamis Divergence, which just came out today. It's basically... an up-to-date Dynamis that's designed for 18 people. No, this one's shared with Juno. It doesn't... They're all connected nowadays, so that doesn't matter. But there's a ton of quests here. There's more E&M quests here. Other side quests for endgame players. A lot of the COP story goes through here. The Dynamis I mentioned. And then, of course, the Dynamis takes place inside here, so it gets pretty exciting. It's also surrounded with zones that have tons of shit people... found themselves doing. I ignored most of it, but some of it I involved myself with. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Cloud Evokers. I don't want to do that. I did the E&M for... You know, I actually got... What's the name of the really rare body piece you got from the E&M with the mammoth? I actually got it once. I don't remember how much it sold for back in the day. I don't remember it being very good. I remember it having a shit ton of elemental resistances. Maybe that was what it was good for. This character's on Asura. The first area we have is the Roumeave Meadows. I think you get dropped when you finish the quest. I think you get dropped, like, right here or some shit when you first finish your 3rd Promyvion. But the Roumeave Meadows themselves, they had a few things. One of the big things that I remember is the relic shield, the Aegis. There's a ram up in the northeast corner of the map. I don't think he's always in the northeast corner of the map now. I think you can find him in other portions of the map. I remember seeing him, like, here last time, like in that area. And he would drop an item that you needed for the Aegis quest in order to work on your relic shield. That was a big thing for me because I was in a link shell that heavily focused on completing relics and mythics back in the day. But there's other things. There's one of the big things is one of the notorious monsters here. So as you can see, there's a bunch of different areas, like kind of like it's a bunch of narrow hallways and then a bunch of open areas. So you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ish. There's a sheep that can spawn here, where basically in each of those areas is a chance for a specific type of sheep to spawn, and when you kill those sheep, the Tabnazian sheep, there's a chance that you'll actually get the oh, Flockbach is here. This is the NPC. This is the notorious monster for the shield I was talking about. And basically in each one of those 5 areas, there's a chance that, you know, upon killing the sheep that spawn in that area, you could spawn Padfoot. So because there's sheep in this area, I wonder if this is the one. I don't remember the exact rules for it. I think it was in one of them. I can't remember the exact wording of it. There was like 1 sheep in each of them that you had to kill as like a placeholder or some shit. There is, but the whole point of a tour is tour. The fast travel is the home points we've been using. Yeah, but basically you had to find the real one, in a sense, when it came to Padfoot. That was the other real important thing in Roumeave. People did EXP up in this northeast section, but this is where the very end, like, kind of like, not the very end, I think there's, I guess if you would consider Apocalypse Nigh, it kind of continues afterwards. Yeah, about that, Elodie. We also did Dynamis for an hour. But that's kind of like the big thing for Roumeave. Roumeave didn't have a whole lot else going for it. Misericaux was a little more interesting, and also all of the important zones are connected to Misericaux Coast. I mean, that was Tabnazia. That was the destroyed Tabnazia enigmatic. Hi, aloha. So then we can cross over into the Misericaux Coast, which is where everything. Oh, that's right. There was Megalobuggard. I thought he was in Misericaux for some reason. I forgot about Megalobuggard. Jesus. Yeah, that's another notorious monster. Megalobuggard. God, I forgot about that guy. That's another one. I feel like he bullied me when I first got to Roumeave Meadows. Like, I ran past him and I didn't know. I was like, what? I got killed. Alright, I think we've heard enough of this theme. Let's get back on Bill. I love when people who haven't been in the stream for a couple hours and haven't seen me playing, and then I hop on Bill and they're like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Train on him, do you mean the one that's right here? I forgot about that guy too. No, I'm not headed there. Aloha, what do you want? No, I have crab. Singular. I have Bill. Bill's my man, yo. And then you come to Misericaux, which has different music, I believe. So, let's dismount. Eh. Oh, these are the level 80 plus enemies, aren't they? Yeah. These are the high level enemies. I almost just like, alright, well, those don't matter. Those don't aggro. So, Misericaux Coast is pretty much what connected, I don't want to say the end game of COP, because Altayu is technically the end game. That being said, a lot of the important areas were connected to Misericaux instead of being connected to Lufay's. So, you had the Sacrarium here, which was a level 50 area. The two most popular things there was